That's me. Thanks. Go.
Huh? Oh, so have we not had sound this whole time?
No. Oh, well.
I mean, do we have sound now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, Steve wanted me.
No, well.
Oh, okay. Now that Darren's in here, Steve's
You
not gonna.
wanted me.
Huh?
You wanted to do it. You just got. You've had these before.
I just got
What
this.
about Night of the Creeps? You never had that on Blu-ray?
Nope, never. I think I had it on DVD.
All right, go ahead and discuss.
Well, you can go ahead and discuss if you want to.
No. I can wait.
All right. Anyway, I got several releases in it. So they've come from, I mean, they pretty much came from Amazon, but they came from a variety of companies. What?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. But I'm just going to go through a few things that I got recently. I think Steve's thinking about, I'll just go and show Silver Bullet first. I think the release Steve's thinking that I had before was a foreign release. I don't know if it was put out by Umbrella or one of those. I don't know. But anyway, this is the Screen Factory release of it. And it does have new interviews with Kent Broadhurst, who played Brady. No, he didn't play Kip Niven. He played Brady Kincaid's dad. Brady was Marty's friend, the one that got killed because he was staying out past the curfew, flying his kite. But anyway, Kent Broadhurst plays his dad in the movie, and I thought
I don't like Bratwurst.
Broadhurst. Anyway, I liked him in the movie. He's pretty old now. I don't know exactly how old he is, but he was probably in his, I'd say, 40s maybe when he was making Silver Bullet. So, but I could be wrong on that, on the age. But anyway, there's also a new interview with the editor, Daniel Lowenthal.
Daniel Harris.
No, Daniel. And I think the rest of the special features are on the other release. I think those two things. Well, there is new audio commentary with Martha De Laurentiis, who is Dino De Laurentiis' wife.
Dino De Laurentiis.
Well, however you pronounce it. I'm sorry. He's foreign. So.
I can't pronounce it.
There's also audio commentary with the director, Daniel Attias. There's an isolated score. And there's an interview with Jay Chataway that did the music.
Tibor
Caracas. There's also an interview with Everett McGill that I think is really good, who played Reverend Lowe in the movie. And there's an interview with the special effects guys. That I haven't gotten all the way through, but the first part, wow, Darren says he hasn't ever seen Silver Bullet. Darren, you're missing out. I'm telling you, this was a classic when I was growing up, probably from the age of like 11 on. This would come on around Halloween every time on one of the local television stations. Of course, some things would be cut when it was shown on TV, so I didn't actually get to see the full version of Silver Bullet for many years until my family got a VCR, which
in the late 90s.
No, we got one before the late 90s, but we weren't as early an adopter of the technology as Steve's family was. Steve's family actually rented one. Did you not, Steve?
We rented one in like 80, or, I watched.
Was it a top loader?
Of course. It was like $600. You had to write a check And
They wanted to make sure you wasn't going to tear it up.
And then we got like Superman, Star Trek the Motion Picture, and Alien.
You got to tell about your mom thinking this one movie was a comedy.
I've already said that. But that was years later.
Steve's
that was in the
mom
90s.
got I Spit on Your Grave and thought it was a comedy, and the whole family sat down and watched it.
She must have not read the cover very much.
I guess, because the cover gives it all away.
I'm bringing home another laugh riot called Cannibal Holocaust.
She didn't do that.
No, that's what I should bring for her.
My family watched, we didn't watch Cannibal Holocaust, but I remember us getting Cannibal Ferox. Renting that one. Hey, Chris V. I remember us renting that one, and my dad forever called that movie the Quaw movie because the cannibals in it. He said it sounded like they said Quaw, but anyway, that's another story for another day. But anyway, this is the collector's edition of Silver Bullet. And I highly recommend it if you don't already have this on Blu-ray. The film itself looks very good. There could have been more extra features, but I do think Mr. Felsher from Red Shirt Pictures did all of these special features, the interviews and things like that. And I think he also did them for the foreign release as well. But, okay. People are probably going to laugh when I show this one. But Steve's got the video covered up, and I can't tell if I'm holding this up where people can see it. But this is Memorial Valley Massacre, the Vinegar Syndrome release, which I did wait a little bit to get this one. I didn't get it as soon as it came out. This is not a good movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a fun movie. It's a fun, bad movie. You would not agree with that, Steve?
No.
Steve and I, a few years back, did a commentary for this movie. And it's basically... Isn't this the only Memorial Day horror film that you know of? Is there any more?
Yes, that's the only one.
Okay. Oh, and Steve has a story about this. When you were working at Fort Knox, did you not watch this when you were having to work?
I don't know if I had to work Memorial Day or whatever, but I brung it in and watched it off the Brentwood set.
Yes, previous to this release, I believe the Brentwood set was probably your best bet of watching this. In any format, I would say, but
Darren loves the movie.
He loves the movie. Well, great.
What about what's that? Mountaintop Motel Massacre.
Well, that's for another day.
How about that?
I think I have a 88 films release of that one. Oh, I have to pause. I'm gonna let Steve talk to you.
Oh, you gonna? Thanks, Dana, for letting me talk. All right, so let me. Boom. I can't get drunk no more. Rather, I don't. But yeah, it would be a good watch. So let's see here. There is a sale right now going on, the Easter sale at Arrow. But man, I think they raised their shipping, so I didn't partake. Oh, you're back?
Well, I'm back, but you can continue.
Okay. Well, dog poopy.
Yeah, Darren says it's good to watch drunk with friends. Steve can't enjoy that anymore because...
Well, he don't want to.
Steve doesn't drink much anymore because it really doesn't do anything for him anymore. It's not fun anymore, he says.
Yeah, it's not fun or funny. Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can open this up. Window capture. All right. There. So, let's take a look at Arrow. the Easter Carnage sale.
Oh my gosh, that's a crazy looking Easter bunny.
Yeah. So like I was saying, I think the shipping went up. It would cost it's I don't know.
How much is their shipping now?
It was £12, which is around $15 or something. Which before it was, I thought it was less. I thought it was £10.
After midnight, that's not the
No.
the one from the 80s then, okay. Or early 90s.
So, I mean, if you're a big fan of Crash, they have the 4K for £20, which is around $25 or so, maybe $26. I mean, they got some good deals, like The Woman, if you want to see that, for $10. I'll show you the one that I was thinking about getting, but I decided against it after it all added up. It was like $60.
You could get the Lake Michigan Monster.
Yeah. This is a good one.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's only £10.
Yeah, but you don't need it. I got it.
Steve's always telling me I don't need something, but whatever.
You don't.
I do have that. Is that the Creep Show 2 release down there?
Yes.
Yes, I have.
So I mean, a lot of these are £10, which is around $12 to $13, pretty close to 13. But Beyond the Door, it's got that documentary about Exorcist or Italian Exorcist ripoffs. I guess, but that helped with the pricing.
I can tell a short story about
A short story
about Beyond the Door. I remember. I don't know if anybody else remembers those Fangoria horror video guides I used to have come out periodically, but there was one of those volumes that had Beyond the Door in it, and it had the picture of her spitting up some nastiness, and that picture just looked she looked so crazed in that picture. I was like, I have to find that movie. I have to watch it.
Mom, I gotta find it.
Well, I didn't tell my mom, but I was saying to myself that I had to watch it, and I finally
Shoot, there ain't nothing here.
did get to watch it.
Doesn't have the doc. Well, that sucks.
Oh, so this version,
The standard version, I guess, for some reason doesn't include a doc, which is
you had the limited, didn't you?
yeah. It makes you spend crazy amounts of money for shit. I had it at the point, I guess. Man, the Fish Story DVD would be the one to get. Anything,
Fish Story. Somebody wants you to give me your copy of Beyond the Door.
No, Mr. Carnage. 6 times Carnage. No, I have a DVD of it I'd give you, but I'll have you. You can get this sealed copy of Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo that I have in my garage.
And how much did you pay for that, Steve?
At least $1.99. Probably.
Wild and Woolly?
I have no idea where I got this. I think I bought it somewhere. I don't even know. Yeah, I got the Code Red one as well, Darren. The
crappy Code.
Exorcist 3 would be decent for £10. It just depends on what you want to spend. Like I say,
I had the Scream Factory of Exorcist.
And then Dream Demon, we watched that. I think that's the one with Waterface in it. Blood Tide is really worthless in my opinion.
Yeah, because if that's the one I'm thinking of, I kept waiting for something to happen, and nothing really
happened. I mean, it looks good, but
James Earl Jones,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, and he's got I don't know if he's screwing that blonde or
oh god,
I don't know, but if he was, that'll keep your voice deep. But I like this one quite a bit. I See You. I don't know how good it would be. Yeah. I guess Wesley's in here. He's saying we need a break in 3D. We'll need to get a hologram of Shabby, whatever that guy's name, Shabby Doo or whatever the name he was. He passed away.
Oh, did he pass away?
Yeah. Shabba-Doo, whatever the hell.
What is that I See You about? I don't think I've seen that one.
Well, I watched it. It's on Amazon Prime. It's Helen Hunt's in it. And it's basically
Helen Hunt's in it.
It's a really good movie. It's two things together, and it's hard to say, but I mean I don't want to give anything away, but it's kind of like a home invasion movie, but not quite.
But it's not one of those.
And it also has some
home invasion.
No, but it's really good, and it's one of those movies where you don't want to give too much Yeah, Lucinda Dickey is the lady. They need to. Maybe she can do a new ninja movie.
What Lucinda Dickey was also in?
Cheerleader camp.
She was the alligator mascot.
I don't remember ever watching Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I don't believe I've seen it. I would like to.
I mean, I have a digital copy, if you will. Now, this is a good one. The Stray Rock collection. It's more picky violence.
I think Steve has it.
I do have that one. I got it cheap. And then, of course, The Prey, which I've got it, and it looks, I've only able to see the previous shit versions of it on cable and
I think that one was pretty decent. I remember.
Well, I don't know if I watched the extended international cut, which had a bunch of old porn actors of the day were in it playing gypsies or something.
I think you told me that.
I don't know about The Wind, but One Missed Call, you got one. You gave me the DVD of that. But,
yeah, I think I bought it.
But I mean, it's an Asian horror, I'm sure.
I wasn't that impressed with that particular one.
And then Deadly Manor, which I know some people liked, but I think it came out from either. I think it came out from Vinegar Syndrome, but maybe I'm wrong.
Is that the one that had Frank Brana from?
No, this is an Italian. Yeah, it could have. Yeah, it's by the same I don't know if it's the same director of Pieces. I think it's the other guy, the other Spanish guy. Oh, it's restricted.
Ooh, well.
It's by the same guy. Yeah, this Jose Romero Larraz. He did Vampires and Edge of the Axe.
He did Edge of the Axe, yeah.
It's more of a supernatural kind of thing versus slasher.
I probably said this before, but
You did.
Edge of the Axe is a great slasher that I had not heard about until Steve told me about it. And I was like, where's this movie been hiding?
Where's this movie been all my life?
Yeah, exactly.
And if you ain't got brain damage, that would be a good one.
Pray's okay if you like nature docs.
I know. And like a black turtleneck killer guy with a big head. Evil Ed, I've seen like short videos of it. And it looks like it's crazy, but what I watched of it didn't get crazy yet. So
Evil Ed just
there you
reminds
go.
me of Evil Dead 2.
So there's the Edge of the Axe for eight poons.
I already have it. So.
Now this one, Valerie in our Week of Wonders, it comes up a lot on some documentaries about stuff. Yeah, I mean the ending is really good. I agree. And I don't know how good it is, the movie itself. They always show the scene where she's getting it act like they're going to burn her at the stake, but, I don't know if they do. No, this is a good one as well, the Vengeance trilogy. You got Lady Vengeance, No Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, and Old Boy, which Old Boy is the main piece of that. Now, it's also out on 4K, Old Boy. I don't know how good that would look. No, because here's the thing. Mr. Kentuckian is like 10 years younger than me. And by the time Garbage Pail Kids came out, I was 15 or something. Or older. And I don't even know when it came out. It came out in like 86, 88. I was like 18. I was in the Army when maybe Garbage Pail Kids came out.
You know what I remember about that movie when it did come out the theaters was the fact that my Aunt Pam, who never wanted her kids watching certain things. I mean, my parents let me pretty much watch everything, but my Aunt Pam, I remember saying, I'm not letting my kids watch anything where they got characters like Fart and Martin and, they pick their nose and they do all this stuff, so.
Yes. Dana,
yes,
Darren, we watched it yesterday, and
excellent.
We were pleasantly surprised by both stories in the new one. It was very entertaining. They did have a kind of
several nods to Evil Dead.
Well, I mean, you had Ted Raimi, and then, but I mean, it had it was called like the Public Television of the Dead or something like that, and it was basically like our public broadcasting service, a PBS, and basically they read the Necronomicon and shit goes bad.
Ted Raimi's hair looked like his brother Sam.
Well, someone said he looked like, yeah. I don't even know. Well, anyway, one thing I would really recommend if you like Giallos and stuff is the female prisoner scorpion set, because like all the films are really good.
Really, Steve?
Yeah, because the very first one, and I'm not sure about the others, but either the first and second one had the same kind of color scheme of all these wild colors, like deep blues and stuff. But it's really good, and it's out there. I think the second one is super out there, and it's just, I liked it a lot. But you got it for me for Christmas.
Yeah, I did. But I didn't see maybe the colors. But the theme of the movie was not anything like Giallo.
No. But just the aesthetics as far as the coloring and the heavy colors and stuff like that.
Speaking of colors, we got actually Steve got it for us. We've got new lights on our TV.
I was going to show them that in a little bit.
Okay.
But the one I was looking to get was this complete Sartana set. And it's just some spaghetti westerns with a character.
Steve watched the spaghetti western today.
Yeah, but I every time they have a sale, I kind of look back on it, and once I add up everything, it's like forget it.
Steve does that like several times a year. He gets real jazzed about these movies that are coming out, and then he says, "Nah."
So Crimson Peak, I do actually have this copy, I believe, because the cover it's a very good looking movie. I need to revisit it since we got the larger television. Old Boy, you got the Blu-ray, and I don't see the 4K, but if you just want to get one of those movies in a cheap option, this one it's wild. At some points in or some directors from Korea, South Korea, they make some really good either action or drama or just nuts, crazy. This has got everything in it. I don't have that, but Cruising, I think I have that. I'm not sure if I have the Arrow, but
that's a movie.
That's a Giallo-ish movie. If you want to, I'm going to talk about American Giallos because I saw a article about it, and I thought I'd talk about.
Speaking
those.
Of Cruising, Steve introduced me to that when we were dating.
Yeah, because you want to see gay ball. You want to see Joe Spinell sweaty wanting to get some dick.
No, I really didn't want to see that, but the story itself is good.
Yeah, but we'll talk later about it.
But you need to be careful about, like, I guess Steve knew that
you got to be careful on what handkerchiefs you put in your back pocket.
That too. But.
Who's the coolest horror celebrity?
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think who. That's hard because I've met several cool people. I think the coolest one that I met recently, and some people might not think of her as a celebrity, was Felissa Rose. Just because she was so sweet and nice and just so, I don't know, she just loves her fans. She loves all her fans. She doesn't care who you are. If you come up and talk to her, she's just as sweet as can be. And she's also, and this is a woman saying this, she's gorgeous, I think.
Well, if you're going to go with coolest, I would have to agree with that. She's very, you never know what you're going to get, but you can suspect. Yeah. Wes says Tiffany Shepis.
I'm not going to say anything bad anymore about Tiffany Shepis, but I'm not the male persuasion. So.
Wes got some up and close.
Yeah, he did.
Coolness. So, but yeah, I would go with Felissa Rose as well. Oh, well, wow. I approve of cutting fisting scenes in any medium. Outlaw fisting scenes.
Oh, you know who else was a really cool person that I met a few years back was Dean Cameron.
Yes, I remember.
That guy is awesome.
And also, what's his face? Clint Howard. You met him?
Clint
He's seen
Howard
that. Art Hindle.
Art Hindle was awesome.
There's. I guess it just depends.
It's hard to pick just one because
probably the ones that you're not paying $80 for might be the coolest.
Well, because usually they're not so. They're going to be more accommodating to the fans, I think, because I don't know. I'm not saying some of these people are full of themselves. That's not what I'm saying. It's just like they're too freaking busy. You know, it was like the Jamie Lee Curtis thing. She was very nice. She wasn't hateful or anything, but
Hateful.
it was hateful.
That's what you said, hateful.
I said she wasn't hateful.
I know.
But the whole
Here's your damn picture. Get out of here.
The whole experience was underwhelming for me. And the same thing with Ted Raimi. And I didn't think that meeting Ted Raimi was going to be underwhelming, but it just was not what I had envisioned it to be.
If you're interested in Japanese horror, I mean, honestly, this one got me is The Ring. This is... Oh, shit.
The boss is messaging you.
He got a bunch of movies. Cool. He got Sleepless, which, The Haunting, I don't know, he got some kind of... Or he got Eureka, he got Troll, and he got Ladybugs. I don't even know what the hell that is.
That's got Rodney Dangerfield on it, don't it?
Maybe, yeah.
Girls playing soccer, or maybe it's not girls.
And he got Fire in the Sky, Breakdown, and whatever. But anyway, The Ring. You only really need the first ring. He's a googly-eyed egomaniac.
Why did Wes say that?
Least coolest. That's easy. Chris Sarandon is one.
I didn't ever meet Chris Sarandon, so I can't.
Linda Blair, unless you're talking about dogs. I mean, that's... And you feel really stupid. I felt really stupid spending money for Chris Sarandon. I wouldn't do that shit again for nothing.
I've met somebody that's just a total asshole.
Well, he was more interested in his handler.
Well,
he wanted to... And I'm like, dude, you're fucking 60 or something. This chick ain't gonna fuck you. What you gonna do? Tell her you were in the Sentinel or Fright Night? I'm in Fright Night. Well, she's gonna go, what is that? Well, anyway, The Ring, baby. I rented this on VHS since it came out like 98 or something. But you don't really need the other two movies. Ring 2 is good, and then Ring 0 is kind of like the prequel. But, you know, you really don't need that. So you could pick up just The Ring. But if you want, obviously...
Oh, you know what? I did go up and meet Tom Atkins, and I've heard bad things about Tom Atkins, but he wasn't mean to me. It was just like he seemed disinterested in me talking to him, and maybe it's because I didn't get an autograph from him, and he wasn't getting any money from me, but he just didn't seem interested in anything that I was talking about.
They do have some vinyl for sale, but, you know... I don't know how. I don't recall the iguana with the tongue of fire music that much. But it might be good.
I don't know.
If you want to get into some,
you can get the Marx Brothers.
It's a double feature, but I really like Coconuts. The Coconuts. It was like a.
There's a duck soup Blu-ray.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not. I don't know if I need to watch them. I got them on Blu-ray. No, I didn't. I don't have any Turtle Beach.
Was that the fuck you?
Is that where Runk lives in Turtle Beach, Pennsylvania, right? Piss on Tom Atkins. Oh, we'll do that next time we see him.
I don't want to piss on him.
There's the Ring Blu-ray. You can get it by itself. They did put out a steelbook, and I got the steelbook.
Oh gosh, Wes is gonna stomp on his colonoscopy bag
and force the piss back in his body.
I think that's for your shit.
And this is a weird one. I remember renting it back when it came out.
Oh.
It's kind of, they say it's like a Giallo, but it's more like a reality show, and they're filming all this shit in the house.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Yes. Oh, Sister Street Fighter. I like these movies. The first couple of ones are better than. Then there's one where it's not really the same series, but the main actress is in it. But it's still pretty fun. But you know, if you're in, you may not care for that type of stuff. You know, that's my personal taste. Horror Express, I mean, that's a public domain, but it's still pretty cool. There's some dude that looks just like Paul Naschy in this. And
Really, that's
I was
public domain.
It was. I don't know about
Oh.
now. The Fifth Chord, obviously a decent Giallo. Then you got like some vinyl. The vinyl. The Possessed is some. I haven't finished that. I need to really finish it, but it's kind of a little slow, and I always pick it up late at night when I can't stay awake. And then here's some more vinyl.
Yeah, I don't
You got the Pieces
understand that
vinyl.
about Steve. The things he chooses to watch when he's almost asleep sometimes.
I got this movie, and I really didn't. It's just kind of things. Oh, I'm gonna go over that too, Wes. The April releases. Forbidden Photos of a Lady Above Suspicion. I just didn't get into it.
Didn't you get that from Wild and Woolly?
Yeah, I
or
bought their
before they
DVD
closed?
copy. Yeah, when they sell now everything. I mean, there's definitely titles here if you wanted to get them there. I mean, or wanted.
Oh, The Baby. That is a weird ass movie. Has
Yeah.
anybody seen The Baby?
It was on
besides
Shudder.
me? I watched it once when I was sick.
You have to wait 10
sick.
seconds before they reply.
Yeah, I know. I was just curious if anybody else.
I mean, I don't know. You can get a pen.
I love Jay.
I don't know what's going on with Jay. He's having on a kick about working out.
There's Doom Asylum. I have that. That is not a good movie
No.
either. But
That's one movie I always saw and never rented. But I have
I
watched
didn't
it.
ever see that one for rent.
Well, I mean, I didn't see it for rent, but I mean,
Oh.
heard about it, saw it in
Really?
magazines, and then Case of the Scorpion's Tails. It's from what I remember, decent.
Hey, we should have watched The Long Good Friday on Good Friday.
I actually like that movie. It's
Do
a
you?
very I
Is
saw
it
it.
good?
It's a British crime movie with
Oh,
what's his
okay.
face in it, but I liked it.
I don't know who What's His Face is. That could
Um,
be a lot of people, Steve.
God damn it, I don't remember. I can't say his name. Oh yeah, Bob Hoskins. He plays like a. It's really good.
Oh, okay. Oh, no wonder you like The Case of the Scorpion's Tail.
Wow,
That's
we got a
Ellen
new guy,
Martino.
Suspirian Knight. Yes.
He says Long Good Friday is really good.
Yep. And it doesn't. I don't know if it's on Good Friday. I just think they're just. I don't think so. But there's a couple of movies with the scorpion tail or something like that in them, and George Hilton. Okay, I think this is the one I remember, and I don't know.
Oh, I think I remember that one because I remember something about a plane crash or something. But
And obviously they're releasing in June, late June, the 4K of Bird with a Crystal Plumage. So it makes you think they
Steve's
might.
gonna get that.
Well, I've already ordered it, and
that's right.
Cat of Nine Tails. I got this release. I really of the Animal trilogy. The Crystal Plumage is my favorite, so I do not see myself upgrading the others. Now, obviously, if Deep Red comes out, that'll be a definite purchase. But
now there's The Last House on the Left. I did get that when it first came out. If you're, I don't want
20 pounds is a lot.
I don't want to say if you're a fan of that movie because I don't know if you can really be a fan of that movie, but I pick my times when I want to watch
I
it.
pick my times.
And I met all the people, for the baddies anyway, from that movie.
ECW, the Baldies.
No, the baddies.
This one right here I got, and I paid more than this. The Bloodthirsty Trilogy. It's like the Japanese vampire films. They used to show these on television when I was, in the early 80s. Especially the last two, Lake of Dracula and Evil of Dracula. And they were dubbed. And
Did I get you that?
yeah, I don't know, maybe, but
I can't
thanks by the
recall.
way. But
I can't recall.
But yeah, I mean, I really dig them. They have before with the different colors and stuff. I don't know if this will play on here. Let me take a look. Yeah, it looks like it is. But I really dig them, and I definitely want to revisit them this October. They really have a cool little unique feeling. Hey!
Kim Newman. I love that guy.
Kim Newman. Get to know me. All right. So, I mean, it's pretty cool stuff if you want, but, it depends on, if you want to go outside the norm. But, I mean, they made some really cool. I watched another, I think it was called Lady Vampire or something, but it was like black and white Japanese film. It was pretty interesting. It was decent. Of course, Pieces, if you haven't got that, you definitely need to get that. I don't know if you'd get this version or what's the best version of Pieces?
The best version?
Is it, Grindhouse released it and then Arrow?
I don't know. It's almost a tie between those. But I didn't know Carrie came out from Arrow. Has it got some extra
I don't know.
on it?
I doubt that's anything crazy extras. I mean, it's got 4K restoration.
I think it's basically got the stuff that was
on
the other one.
So it's got the musical.
Well, I don't think mine has that.
Well, you got to get it then.
But I actually said I wanted to see that musical, but I don't know how many places it played, but
Arrow.
I don't think it was very many.
But here's one definitely for Giallo lovers. The the Bava Blood and Black Lace is just amazing looking.
Was that the one you sent to me and it turned out to be a porn? It wasn't that movie. It was a porno.
Well, it had black lace in the title, like boobs and black lace.
Steve was so embarrassed because our relationship was just kind of starting at that point, and like he says, "I'm going to send you Blood and Black Lace," and
was it Blood and Lace maybe?
Oh, maybe.
Wes is saying Carrie 4K is coming out in July from Arrow.
Oh, I might get that.
As you can tell, this movie's from like '64. It looks gorgeous, and definitely, I mean, it's got a dub soundtrack as well. If you don't want to read subtitles, I like to watch, but yeah, the video is amazing. The coloring, I love Technicolor kind of stuff, but definitely. Obviously, it's not going to be as gory as something made in the 70s and 80s.
Shock treatment.
Yeah.
Flowers in the Attic.
The Crazies. The Baldies.
Now, the Baldies would be...
They got books, guys.
Would be Blue Sunshine, where they lost all their hair from taking that LSD.
And there's the... if you don't want the 4K, you can get this. Which I have, but I got the 4K. Phenomenon.
Excellent movie.
I'm sure that version looks good. I'm not sure if I got the Synapse version. I don't know which version I have, but I definitely.
Steve got me an Arrow version of that.
Well, then I must have it too.
Back when they had the cool packaging.
Yeah. Oh, that's the vinyl. Now they say that this movie, that Bava kind of directed most of it or a lot of it, and it's kind of like an Italian blob movie, if you can imagine. Of course, this is just a vinyl, but they do sell it. But
I think I have the house.
I got some house movies, and I must be crazy.
Oh my gosh, they got all 4 house movies.
I don't recall William Catt being in House 4, but
I believe he was.
I just don't remember.
Either that or it was flashbacks,
or he was just in it for a minute. And here's one that's kind of hard to describe, The Witch Who Came from the Sea. It's kind of like this chick goes crazy, and she starts killing men and stuff. It's very strange. But,
it's very strange because she goes crazy and starts killing men. But I don't know, why is it called The Witch Who Came from the Sea? I've never understood that title.
How come it's in America? It doesn't seem like it's an American movie. It reminds... but there's a lot of... It is a wild movie.
I mean, does she actually come from the sea?
No.
Okay.
But this does take place around the ocean, at an oceanside place.
So, but do you know if she had been raped or abused by
I
a
don't
man,
I don't
or-
recall the particulars. No comment.
No comment. Okay.
The Zero Boys, which is, of course, this is the vinyl, but I don't know. That was one of those late 80s kind of...
Now, is that a rape revenge movie? Or
it's more
is
like
it-
these guys, I don't even know. They were playing army games. I don't know if they were... It's just hard to remember. I think they were out goofing around, and then they break in some house because they get lost, and then the people come home, and then they start killing them. But it's been kind of... and it's got, what's her name in it? Kelly Moran.
Kelly Maroney.
Yeah. Maroney Pony. And then The Thing. I think The Thing 4K, I thought I heard about that. So, I don't know about getting that.
You're going to get JD's Revenge, aren't you, Steve?
Yeah. That's always been on a lot of stuff. It's kind of a horror movie as well. Another great one that's, not horror related, but is The Villainous. And I got it. I don't recall how much I paid for it. I have to look and make sure I have it but I can't get it from this sale because it's just too expensive for shipping after I spent like $60 on the Kino Lorber. Flesh Eating Zombies, of course. Don't Torture a Duckling
Which is another great movie.
and it looks great as well. Definitely recommend that.
Hey, there's Deranged. I have that one.
Congratulations.
And for you Ed Gein aficionados.
And obviously there's some in here that I would get and some just not my taste. The Slayer, I just feel that's just like...
I got that one, didn't I?
It's all set up and not a lot of payoff.
American Werewolf in Paris in 4K.
You got it.
With what's his face from That Thing You Do.
Yeah. You can get that at the Dollar General. It's premiering. The Society, if you want another crazy film, that's a great one.
Massacre Gun. I've never seen
Well,
that.
that's I think that's Japanese. Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm sure it's stylish. But I don't know if I'd be into that.
Psycho 2.
Tenebrae, definitely. But
I love Tenebrae. It's probably a tie between, a triple tie between Deep Red, Suspiria.
It's a triple tie.
And Tenebrae is my favorite Argento.
I don't know if I'd get this version or the Synapse version if that's still available.
What,
if they,
Tenebrae?
I don't know if they put it out on regular version. Like they didn't have plans for it. Yeah,
Mad
of
Man
course.
got any extra
Nah.
things on it?
I'm sure it's got extra things. Dana, he says that's coming out.
Which one?
American Werewolf in Paris 4K
I
is
think
coming
I'll
out.
pass.
That'll make a great bookend for the American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, American Werewolf in London I would get on 4K. I'll take your word for it, Wes. I've been contemplating getting Dead End Drive-In.
I mean, that's a decent one. We got the Hellraiser 4K. Madhouse, which you like.
Madhouse is good.
Some Tino Brass movies with their ass cheeks. I would... Wolf Guy is decent with Sonny Chiba.
I don't know. I like Sonny Chiba, but I didn't like that movie.
So here's the Cult Iki, the Immortal Monster. That's the Italian Blob movie. Let's see.
Really?
Let's see if they got any. If they got any. I guess it's supposed to be Mayan or some shit. I don't. It's just basically a blob.
I'm seeing a bunch of skeletons.
And Kim
There's
Newman.
Kim Newman again.
Koozie. I have a koozie. I wonder if he sells koozies. So it's a decent little movie. It is subtitled, but I think Richard Freda did it, but Bava had a lot to do with it apparently. But I don't know. But here's the what was it, the Dangerous Damsels set, and you can get them individually. Red Queen kills 7 times with Barbara Boucher.
Steve loves anything with Barbara Boucher in it.
And of the two, I think that one's the stronger of the two. But I always thought this one was more of like one of these character studies of some guy just killing women or whatever. Not character studies, but just a movie. But it's not. It's more of a Giallo-ish movie, but it has some weird kinky stuff going on or weird torture stuff. But they're both really good. And obviously this one has been out on Brentwood sets for years and stuff.
But Steve wants to watch the Barbara Boucher movies where she's naked.
Thank you, Dana. And also you got the other set that they released, Death Walks at Midnight and Death Walks on High Heels.
Oh gosh, there's that Dead or Alive trilogy.
Yeah.
Those movies are crazy.
Crazy Japanese films, yeah. But I would choose the Death Walks at Midnight.
In the Dead or Alive movies, is one of those have some chick drowning in shit?
She's set in a pool of it's got feces in it, yes.
Yeah. It's gross.
And of course,
you can get Willie Dynamite.
Blood Rage that Dana
Blood Rage
likes.
is an excellent movie that has Ted Raimi for a half a second. Lincoln, you'll miss him, but a very young Ted Raimi in that.
But you got Beast Within and The Burning. The Burning is a great film. Yeah, it's more gothic.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just it definitely
there's
is.
The Beast Within too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The Driller Killer, which God.
You got to play it loud.
Yeah. Because you want to hear that stupid band play. Here's
that's
one.
what drives him crazy, though.
Yeah, I would imagine it drove me. But here's one I got: the Howling 2, Your Sister's a Werewolf with Sybil Danning.
Steve met Sybil Danning.
Yeah, I got her sign my Chained Heat poster.
The Initiation. That's a good slasher movie with. Oh gosh, I'm forgetting her name now.
I know who it is, but Daphne Zuniga.
Yeah, Daphne Zuniga, who is that girl for that time period was hot. She's what I mean, but not hot in a slutty way, hot in a kind of girl next door way.
Slugs, baby, that's
Slugs
a good one from the
good.
director of Pieces. Definitely would recommend that. And
I have Microwave Massacre as well, which is another bad movie.
Darren says Driller Killer is boring as hell, which 100%.
Yeah, you would think that something called Driller Killer would have a lot more drilling.
What about a double feature of Driller Killer and Nail Gun Massacre? Because they both have portable
Nail Gun
tools.
Massacre would be more entertaining, though.
Yes. The Bloodstained Butterfly, which I've seen some of these things. I've seen this one. I don't know if I watched it all, but I forgot it. And so I like watching Giallos, and then I forget the ending, so I forget who the killer is, and I can rewatch them over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Count Yorga is that's a good set. I got that a while back. And they got some more Japanese gangster Yakuza movies. Satan's Blade is horrible. Horrible.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, that was on TV or on like cable or satellite when I was young. Let me see. It's like.
Don't I have Satan's Blade also?
Yes, you do. Yeah, this was some, after she starred in like the Romance in the Stone and all that, she did, what's that movie? No, this is Kathleen Turner. Yeah, she did do that. Body Heat. And so she's in here, and you got Anthony Perkins as a
oh, that's funny.
As a priest who's crazy trying to redeem her, and like she's a hooker basically, and it's really crazy. It's a New Line picture, so it's all like neon colors and stuff.
What's going on with Anthony Perkins' hair in this movie?
Well, and I did watch I watched a version of it that I had never seen. I don't know. I guess it's the director's cut. It's a very strange.
Oh, I don't want to see that guy.
I don't even know how you would describe this movie other than just plain exploitation. It's got some things, but Oh,
Oh,
shit.
Lord, that looks very painful.
Hey, that's Aaron's or Uncle Bill's dildo. But anyway, I don't know if I would. If you want it, I mean, you could look into it, but it's all right. But after, I don't know how replay real appeal that is.
Do you know anything about love and peace?
Peace and love is what it should say. Well,
I guess in his mind it is.
It depends. Here's one that, if you like kind of goofy 70s comedies.
And it's age restricted as well.
You got me the DVD of it's got two of the
I got you a cheerleader.
You got me I don't know if it's this one, and it's got Revenge of the Cheerleaders, which is the better of the. And there's like 3 movies. This is a Jack Hill movie, so I mean, obviously it's fun.
There's another movie.
There's the Killer Dames, but that's yeah.
Return of the Killer Tomatoes. I have never seen.
Well, you don't need to. Deep Red, obviously.
Excellent movie.
Black Mama, White Mama.
Steve's probably seen that.
I have. I didn't think that was compared to all the other films. With Pam Grier, I didn't care for that one as much.
Oh, we met Pam Grier by the way, and she was a really cool person to meet.
I mean, I think she's got a PhD now, so she's evidently, one, she's got a lot of time on her hands, and then 2, she's smart.
Yeah.
But you got Fulci's Black Cat, which is okay. I don't know. I mean, it's in the good period of his career, so it's definitely competent. But
is Ed Wein on your Vice as a
Yes.
locker room? Okay.
So that's a good one. I've got that. That's one I would recommend for sure. And there's the set of those Death Walks Twice, and it's got the chick in it, and they live in a castle, and it's in the extras. It's pretty interesting. What's her name? Susan Smith, but I think it's Navarro. Yeah, Susan Scott.
Oh, Susan Scott.
Yeah.
I remember. Was she the one that was married to the guy that did all those?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Let's go over a few more. This is the second film I was going to get beside the Cetera movies, was going to be Audition. I don't have a copy of it. I think I might have it on DVD, but it just doesn't make sense. I mean, obviously, if you're in the UK, this would be a great value for £5, and but it's it is super. It's not an action-packed film, but it's very slow. But it is. It does have some great kind of moments in it. Definitely would recommend
I'd
that.
highly recommend The Mutilator by Buddy Cooper.
And I got that version of Solange, which is decent.
Did you finally get that?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. Oh, Videodrome's great too.
Yeah, well, the Criterion put it out, so I mean, I don't know who has the better transfer, but that kind of movie, I'm not sure if it's going to look. It's not going to be quality. It's not going to be like what you put in to show people.
There's another Pam Grier movie.
Coffee, which is probably one of her better known films. There's some Corman and Vincent Price films. Whoa, $15. Now he says you can get that Arrow Blu-ray, Dana.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you, Mr. V.
Thank you very much.
That's amazing.
Steve will probably take that money.
Well, if you remind me about it, I definitely. Thank you, sir.
We appreciate it.
Visitor. I want to make sure if you hadn't heard of that one, it's Space Jesus. It's
it's a crazy movie.
Yes, Franco Nero. John Huston is like a guy in it. I mean, he's and then there's Glenn Ford who's in it, and he gets towed off by this little girl, and the little girl is like crazy.
That little girl's a bitch. Is what she is.
She shoots her mom, and then it's like, huh?
Yeah.
It's really good. Trust me. Because I don't know. Did I get that? I got that for you. Maybe I got you I don't know.
Either you got it.
Draft House Films put it out. It was like one of their first films, like Miss 45.
There's the Burbs.
And I got you a steelbook of that, didn't I?
I believe so.
And it was probably from them. The Beast, which is if you want to see a big monkey dick and a young chick.
I don't think I ever want to see
I actually
that.
have the DVD of this, but I've never watched. I think I've seen clips of it.
Is that how she looked when
she shows the big dick? It's like a gorilla or a monster, and he's got like a big black rod.
Oh, God. Oh. That's enough.
Theater of Blood, which is a great Vincent Price movie from the 70s with Diana Rigg. And I think that's one of his favorite roles. So,
White of the Eye, isn't that supposed to be a good one?
Well, they say, I've read different things where they say it's kind of a giallo, but I mean, I guess in a way, but it's not. It takes place like in Arizona or someplace. I don't know. It's got, what's his name? It's not David Keith. David Keith, and then it's okay. Wes gave me actually a screener of that, and I think
really?
it's this. Well, I've got it over there somewhere. It's not too bad, so I think we'll skip on over The Long Goodbye, which is a cool movie. He wanted the Burbs, which is cool. I need to revisit that because I don't even remember.
You don't remember that movie?
I remember watching it, but I don't remember much. My brain is going down quick.
That's a Tom Hanks classic.
So let's look.
It's also a Corey Feldman classic.
I don't know if you could call that a classic. So here's Vinegar Syndrome's Big Deal. The Cellar from Kevin S. Tinney.
That one would be worth it.
Well, this is also, he says that you've never seen the film because I don't know, it's his version of the film, not the one that was released.
Is that Christopher Walken or is that somebody else on that All American Murder?
This is the one I really want to get because this is I don't know if I would call this an American Giallo, but it is a really good film. And one of the places I saw it was on Joe Bob's Drive-In on the movie channel. Okay. And they played it like more than once.
It looks like it'd be good.
It's a really good kind of college murder mystery, and I think Christopher Walken is a cop, like a detective. And
of course, you can get the April 2021 package for $134.99.
Well, I think DEADPIT Radio on Patreon got the package.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. I don't remember Grave Secrets, but I mean, I've heard people say it's on YouTube and
that sounds familiar.
But, you know.
But I think I can do without Summer Camp Girls.
I can't, but I have to. So, I mean, I don't know. And then
there was Sex World again, Steve.
Sex World!
Steve got that and then wished he hadn't.
I sold it.
Yeah,
and I don't think I may have lost a few bucks. I may have not.
Did you have the holographic?
No, this is a 4K version. Yeah.
Ooh,
the story continues. But I mean, I don't know if they're going to make fun of it or not. I don't know if it's that, but it's not bad.
Oh, no, I think Cthulhu Mansion was the one that had Frank Brana on it.
Frank Brana?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, Dark Tower, I want to see.
I have it, but it's not very good.
Steve tells me it's a horrible, horrible movie.
I don't recall saying that, but I don't recall it was that great.
You said it wasn't good.
I don't think it was.
You didn't. You said it wasn't worth buying.
Right. And then I know that they were releasing. Let me see if they got the limited editions. No. I don't know, but they're releasing some kind of box set or expanding box set of this Mexican Carlos. No, it's Rene Cardona or something like that. And I watched it was one of the movies is Treasure of the Amazon, and it's okay. I actually watched it with the Riff Tracks. Riff Tracks put it out with it's uncut on there too, which is unusual to see boobs on a Riff Tracks version. But it's okay. But I definitely Donald Pleasance is in it, and He's playing like an old Nazi. It's not that good. So let me get to my let me get to my next subject. I really want to see it too. The Caller. The Caller was pretty interesting. It comes off more like a play between really just like two characters. It's definitely if you've never seen it, it does come off. It kind of flips back and forward as far as the way the story goes. It's a very interesting movie. I'll give it that. I don't want to give any other details away. But I would... the rewatchability of that I'm not sure about. But, if you're like me and you forget shit, it's really... You can rewatch it forever. So I saw this article. It came up on my Facebook. I have no clue why the dude from Centipede 2 and 3 is on here. But American Giallos, and obviously those words, I don't know if they go together or not, because they're just they basically are I would say they're similar, have similar tones, but obviously can't be Giallo since they're not from Italy. But the first one, Happy Birthday to Me, which I'm guessing the way the ending is and everything, the kind of outrageousness of the ending and stuff like that. And I mean, because I know it now I guess not to spoil a 40-year-old movie, but that wasn't the original ending.
Happy birthday to me.
Chris V, I do have The Fear. I haven't watched it yet. But I mean, I'll need to check it out at some point. I want to watch so many movies, but my body will not let me watch them.
Was Happy Birthday to Me the one you're talking about had a different ending?
Yes. The original ending, basically, it's, at the end, the standard edition is the girl from Young and the Restless has a face mask of Melissa Sue Anderson, and she rips it off, and it's her. In the original part of it, I think, if I'm remembering it right, Melissa Sue Anderson is the killer.
Okay.
And they for some reason decided to change it. I can't remember. I think I've read something. I'm not sure. Cruising is there's so much slime and everything, but Scooby-Doo Indy, yes.
Yeah, you could consider it a Scooby-Doo.
It is yeah. If the police ripped the mask off.
Well, and the Scooby-Doo gang was there,
John Martin saying Murder Mansion looks interesting. Don't know if I want to buy the whole set. Now, I will. I skipped the second set because there's a few movies in there I already have, and I did not feel the need to upgrade. But the third set, Murder Mansion, Autopsy. Autopsy is the really good one of the set. Murder Mansion is pretty close because of the way this movie has always looked like crap. It looks amazing here. The other one about desires of a murderer or whatever the heck it is, memories of whatever the hell that is, that was okay, but it was the weakest of the three. So, but Murder Mansion is pretty fun. It's a standard. If you talk about a Scooby-Doo kind of movie, that's kind of a Scooby-Doo movie if you watch it and see. So I would recommend the third set, the Forgotten Jolly set 3. Yeah, Cruising is very outrageous. I mean, obviously, if you watch the documentary on the Blu-ray, a lot of gay people didn't like it because it's kind of stereotyping that fetish of leather or whatever the heck.
Really? They were
when they were filming it, they were like, if they filmed it out on the streets and they found them, they kind of just basically kind of heckled them and stuff. So I mean, and they boycotted the movie, which I don't know. I mean, obviously, I never heard of Cruising until maybe 15 years ago or something.
I didn't hear of Cruising till I met Steve. But
I mean, it is. I recommend it. It is it's not super awkward to watch, but depending on your sensitivity, it could be.
I don't know. I could be wrong about this, but I think William Friedkin revels in having controversial material surrounding.
I don't know about Friday the 13th, but I mean, basically, the Giallo mutated into the slasher for the most part. I mean, at least that's what we stole from it. The Americans stole from it and made it. Of course, Bay of Blood was kind of a slasher Giallo movie, but I mean, Basic Instinct definitely is a Giallo-like movie. The 4K of that's coming out pretty soon.
A Basic Instinct?
Yeah. Well, I thought I heard that.
They need to do a 4K of Fatal Attraction.
And then the Eyes of Laura Mars. I never saw this movie. I mean, of course, I was 8 years old when it came out, but I mean, it came on television, and I always made
And John Carpenter did it too.
Yeah, he wrote it, and I always made like a little notebook of all the mystery movies that would come on, and I read TV Guide and found out this was some kind of murder mystery kind of thing. And it is where she's seeing like the murder through the eyes of the killer and stuff. It's a very interesting movie, and I rewatched it a year or two.
How did they get Faye Dunaway to be? Was she not doing anything else, or?
No. No. Well, that's the end of those.
No.
So let's go back to the big full cam. Boom.
Does Steve want me to continue with my...
Well, I was going to show the cool... There's our set here. Ugh. The Go V immersion set. Boop. I made a purchase. It's not perfect, but you can see that the colors kind of come off the screen and stuff.
Do you see what Darren just put there about what cruising was based on?
Yes, I do. I recall that, Darren.
So a guy who was a hospital assistant in The Exorcist, he killed gay men and thrown them in the hospital.
Yeah, I remember that. But it, obviously it's been years since.
Seven has some Giallo elements.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I mean and that's kind of a weird. I mean, obviously, I think Fincher makes his movies and they're kind of like really colorless. So that I don't care for those, or at least visually anyway. I mean, obviously it's pretty, but I haven't watched Seven in a number of years.
I haven't either.
So we watched Suspiria, which as a test for this a LED strip, and you can see the little camera at the top, and I don't know if I got it calibrated right or not. I mean, but
I don't know. I could never tell if Steve was impressed by it or underwhelmed by it, hated it. Well, I couldn't really get from him what he thought about it.
It's some of it's really cool, but I mean, there is a very I don't know how expensive it is. Like Philips Hue has a version of this, which is a lot more expensive than what we got. And it supposedly does it a lot better. And it's actually, I don't think it has a camera. I think it has a box where your shit goes into it. The lights plug in. Your video input goes into that box, and then it does it that way.
Darren wanted to know if Alice Sweet Alice was on the list
of American Giallos. I would have to think so. Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't on the list on the article that I was looking at.
That would make sense for it to be on.
And John Martin's watched Who Done It from Vinegar Syndrome and thought it was fun. Yeah, it was decent. I liked it, and obviously it's a super upgrade because I think I had a VHS rip of that. So I don't know about recommending this, but I mean, I think I need to watch more films with it. It doesn't really, sometimes it just doesn't, it seems like there's a delay. I think that I'm doing something wrong with it, and I'm going to have to look into it more.
Steve, that there were a bunch of settings in the app that you can play with, so he may just have to play with it a little bit.
I don't know about playing with it. Oh, well, thank you, Darren.
Yes,
Dana bought the television. and I bought the LCD strip. But it's pretty cool. I mean, obviously, the more stuff we watch is like VHS rips and stuff that doesn't really get upgraded. And this
doesn't lend itself to anything astounding as far as color.
Definitely, you're not going to get anything astounding from looking at this. You're not going to get anything looking like this. It's mainly going to look like blue lights and stuff.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, when I was watching the interviews for Silver Bullet last night after Steve went to sleep, the colors looked pretty good for it. It had a lot of blues and things like that in it.
All right, so let's go back. It's time. Oops. It's Rare Lust announcement time. Let's see. Whoop, 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 whoop. So we're going to go to Rare Lust and
the winners are...
Look for... I don't think I want Doc. Evil in the Sun is all right. I don't know about Evils in the Deep. Satan Never Sleeps.
I never heard of these things.
This is a French film, but I mean, I think I've seen this one, but it's kind of interesting. It's not too bad. And it did come out on Blu-ray. I think there's a 4K of it actually coming out, but, you know, it's a French film.
What about the Mafu Cage?
Well, it's got that Carol Kane in it, but I've never seen it.
Really? Yeah, that is Carol Kane in it.
You got Black Heat is Red Hot. Blaxploitation in HD. The Big Bust Out. That's a... Why does it say Giallo? I know that's not no damn Giallo.
I don't think that's a Giallo, is it?
Yeah, I mean, they're breaking out of a freaking jail. But anyway. Assignment Terror. It's not a great film, but it's kind of fun to see all these Paul Nashies in it, and it's like a monster movie.
That's a Paul Nashi film. I never knew that was a Paul Nashi.
It's not really. His role's kind of small. Blue Nude. I always wanted to see that one. I don't. With James Coburn.
Darren says Rare Lust is underwhelming this week.
Well, it does that sometimes. We got Richard Burton in from the Cold documentary.
Richard Burton smoking him a big old cigarette there.
So you want to watch a HD documentary about Richard Burton's smoking habit? Here we go. Boom. That's that chick, but I'm not going to get it because it's 1957. She's done a lot of...
Isabel
Yeah,
Sarli.
She's hot as shit. And she's in really bad movies.
But Steve's thing is... I mean, some of these women, when they got older, they still look good, but I'm sure not all of them did. But Steve's like, oh, they were hot. They were hot.
Here we go. Stray Cat Rock. Remember? That was on sale. You can preview some of these. And definitely this is the one to preview is Delinquent Girl Boss. If you're into Pinky movies, which is basically girls in gangs fighting and like...
But Pinky doesn't sound like that's what it is.
I'll take a look at that in a second.
That might be one to watch.
But, you know, anyway, I would definitely recommend if you're going to partake of these films.
Tales from the Crib.
Yeah, Slow Tanger. I'm sure that's quality entertainment. Oh, yeah, look at it. They say it's 16 by 9. Are you? Yeah, with the black,
with the black bars
on the sides and the bottom. Lusty Neighbors is one to get. Bonnie and Clyde.
Steve wants to get Lusty Neighbors.
I wish I had some Lusty Neighbors, but we don't.
No. I don't know. I'd be kind of creeped out if we did have Lusty Neighbors.
Oh, Debbie Harry's in this. Corey is a bar singer and phone sex operator who witnesses a murder on the phone. A cop helps her in his spare time in tracing the killer.
So that's Deborah Harry's character?
Yeah. Looks like Tim Thomerson down here.
Whoa.
Well,
who's that old dude?
I don't know. But, yeah. So, We'll go back to full
Debbie
cam.
Harry was sexy in her younger days.
Yeah, I keep on seeing her. Somebody, I don't know what I joined, but somebody's posting like all these pictures of her from the 70s.
Really?
And every day almost. But anyway, go ahead and you can you have the floor.
Oh, Steve's not even gonna stay
I'm
in
outta
here.
here.
You're not coming back?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just talk real quick.
Here, get over here.
Oh, Steve wants me over in the center, I guess.
And talking to the side of the mic.
Talking to the side of the mic, okay. But this, again, is Memorial Valley Massacre for anybody that missed it earlier. Vinegar Syndrome released. DEADPIT Radio said Steve put Summer Camp Girls on the Roku channel.
You got it.
Did you really do that? But
Not recently.
like I said, Memorial Valley Massacre is not a good film by any stretch of the imagination. It's just fun. It does have Cameron Mitchell in it. I think everybody knows who Cameron Mitchell is.
Yes.
But I think Steve has said before that Cameron Mitchell was basically collecting a paycheck on this movie.
He's funding his alcoholism.
Well, yeah, Steve said that too. But Steve and I did do a commentary a few years back for it. And Steve also watched it when he was working Fort Knox, but we don't know if it was Memorial Day or not. Okay, so the next one I got, and I did not have any Blu-ray releases of Night of the Creeps prior to this. Shame on me, because this is a great movie. Fred Decker directed this. Jason Lively's in it, and the great Jill Whitlow that all the guys seem to lust after a little bit. What are you doing back there, Steve? And also, I like Steve Marshall, who plays. What's his name? JC. Isn't his name JC in there in the movie?
I walked, Chris.
Yeah.
I really walked.
That's what he says at one point when he gets the little creatures in him. Oh, and Tom Atkins is in this movie. Tom Atkins has some great lines. Do you feel like Tom Atkins, Steve, chews the scenery in this one? In Night of the Creeps?
Yes, he chews.
Okay.
And sucks and blows.
Chris V says that Night of the Creeps is a great release. I agree, Chris V. There's a lot of good interviews on it. There is, on this release from Scream Factory, Sean Clark does I think it's a good Horror's Hallowed Grounds, where he goes back to some of the locations. And he's with Fred Decker and Jason Lively, so it's maybe slightly more entertaining than some of the others where Sean Clark's just by himself. But, you know, Sean Clark does good ones by himself too. But I highly recommend this one. The movie looks great. The special features are great. The next one is I finally got the 4K of Beetlejuice.
Great.
Steve thinks that's great. I honestly, I have to tell you, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, so I can't tell you how it looks. Maybe at a later date. But as far as special features, it's a little light in the special features department, so don't be expecting a lot of stuff. What I'm seeing is you get 3 hilarious episodes from the animated Beetlejuice TV series, and a theatrical trailer, and that's it. Now, I may look into it more. Sometimes, for whatever reason, they don't put all the special features on the back of the movie. I have seen movies be like that, and then you put the disc in, and you're like, oh, well, they had this and this and this, and it wasn't on the packaging. So, I'll have to let everybody know how this one was later on. Steve said I did not need to get this because he got it, but as anybody that knows me, I have to have my own copy of movies that I really like. I'm not crazy, Steve. So I got my very own 4K copy of the original Suspiria, not the horrible, horrible remake. Stop eating my hair. And I don't care what anybody says, that remake was a piece of shit. So, but this one, the original, Jessica Harper, Barbara Maganoff, is that her name? Both have great roles in this movie. This is an awesome Argento film. Steve would have to agree with me on that, wouldn't you, Steve? He's gonna.
Yes.
And so I highly recommend this one if you haven't picked it up. We did watch this last night with the new lights on the TV. I was impressed. Like I said, I don't know if Steve was. Wes, if he's still in here, he's going to like this. I did finally pick up a copy of The Forest. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I think I'm going to like it just by looking at what it was about. John Martin, I highly recommend that Suspiria 4K. Definitely pick that up. Thanks, Darren. At least somebody agrees
I
with
find
me on
it
that.
Interesting.
You find it interesting.
I think it's too long, but I spent like $30-something for the 4K of it.
All I can say is why.
I don't know.
But anyway. Wes says remake wasn't that bad, dang or God.
See, me and Wes finally agree on something.
It was. But looky here, Wesley, I got one of your favorite movies, The Forest. And I am going to watch it eventually. I'll have to get back to everybody on what I thought about it and how it looks and all. But it is put out by Code Red, so I'm sorry, but there's probably some kind of thing on there where Bill Olsen is complaining about his release wasn't good because
the horror guy would say our opera is Argento's best, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I definitely love it. But
do you have the Daughters of Darkness 4K?
I don't. I'll be honest. I mean, it may look amazing. I have a DVD of it and never watched it until it was on the Joe Bob thing.
Saying Dakota Johnson is yum is
She's
just
pretty
gross.
yummy. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's just, I don't know. It sounds gross to me.
But
The Forest is way better than Final Exam.
I agree with that.
Well, I'll have to comment on that after I see it.
But Daughters of Darkness, I watched it on the Joe Bob marathon he had, the first one.
But you don't have the 4K release.
And I find it kind of boring.
Oh, I remember that. You didn't care for it that much.
I really wanted to like it, but it just didn't work out. But I'm sure the 4K looks great, but it was one of those where I was like, I'm not interested. I've seen the movie once or twice, and this didn't click with me.
Live commentary for The Forest.
God.
That would be pretty cool, I think.
Okay,
actually.
Dana will do it for you.
Okay, and the final one that I got, and I'm ashamed to say that I have never seen this movie. Night of the Comet. I finally broke down and got it when the price went down a little bit. Yeah. And it does have Kelly Maroney on it, who I really like Kelly Maroney. I actually wish
Macaroni.
I actually wish I'd went up and met her at Wasteland. Probably the last time Steve and I were at Wasteland.
Yeah, I don't. Those. I'm sure you do, Wes.
Never thought I would hear Forest is way better than this.
It's way better than dried paint.
But anyway, I'll have to get back with everybody on whether I like the movie or not. I think I'm going to like it.
You're going to like it.
I'm going to like it.
You're going to like the way you look in a Men's Warehouse suit.
And I'll have to tell everybody what I think about the special features when I watch it and the quality and all that. Now I'm going to turn it back over to your main guy, Steve. Your main man, Steve, if he doesn't kill himself first.
Thank you, Dana. And on with the news. Well, that's it, guys. It's hour and a half or so. So I think we're going to go watch a movie before I get sleepy. So thanks for everybody coming.
Been sleepy earlier
I already
today.
took a nap. Like, okay, your clock says something about only you and cats take naps or something. Whatever that clock says.
Oh, my alarm.
Yeah, it's very annoying. But anyway, Night of the Comics is good. Yeah. Yeah, that's a super expensive one. Like,
$50.
yeah, I mean, they...
Well, Wes says he has Daughters of Darkness for
Well,
us.
because he probably got it for review. So he's going to hold on to it till he can sell it.
Thank you, John Martin. He said nice pickups.
Yeah. Yeah.
I must have missed that, dude.
She was also in, like, Scream Queen's Hot Tub Party.
Yes, I have that on DVD. Why I have that, I do not know.
I know, because you were going to let me have it so I could watch it. But anyway.
Do you need it?
No, I don't need it. Anyway, thanks a lot for everybody watching.
Yeah, thanks everybody, and thank you, Chris V, for the money.
Yes, absolutely. Darren's got a show on YouTube, Talking Stock. I hadn't got back with you about the first episode was really good, and then I listened to the Prowler episode. So yeah, I'll be honest. You're obviously you guys think we have accents, but you have a very pleasant voice to listen to.
I love English accents.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he has a Welsh.
Well, okay, but I like all those accents from that area. Okay.
House of Laughing Windows. That's a very interesting Giallo-ish movie or Giallo movie, but it's got some weird stuff going on in it. But thanks everybody for watching us, and so we're gonna play an outro from March. Thanks everybody. So peace out. Have a good night.
Bye.
A special thank you goes out to our supporters on Patreon. The Patreon website has a complete archive of the Dead Pit Radio shows starting way back in 2005, in addition to all of the midweek shows archived, commentaries, all that good stuff. If you're interested, and we appreciate all the support, go to www.patreon.com/Into the Dead Pit. Tiers start as low as $1 per month.